And I think on the third day, I had a dream. I had a dream in which one of the pastors, with which we were praying and fasting together, who is also in charge of the church in Croydon, he goes from Luton with his family, with members of the church, the choir members, and everything. And I saw him in an open field. And in an open field, you can hear the howling of the wind. You can feel the wind because it's an open field. And I saw him with a kite in his hand, and he was flagging the kite, but the kite wasn't rising. And he was trying and flying the kite, but the kite wasn't rising. Then I heard a voice saying to me, "But there is no wind. How could you be flying a kite when there is no wind?" As soon as he said there is no wind, mind you, is the pastor of that church that was flying the kite. I got the message straight away. When there is no wind, why are you flying the kite when there is no wind? In other words, it takes the wind for a kite to fly. It takes the wind of the Spirit for a church to grow. That's the conclusion. Hurriedly, we canceled the contract, the renting of the place, and we packed all our things. We came back home. So, but the time has come that I believe that we need to pray now, because the time of the wind has come. And we are going to pray, Lord, because this year is set up as the year of harvest. What we need in the year of harvest, first we need the wind. I will tell you the other elements as we begin to pray. We need the wind. Now, in the book of Numbers chapter 11, verse 31. See what he says. He says, "Now a wind went out from the Lord, and it brought quail from the sea, and left them fluttering near the camp, about a day's journey on this side, and about a day's journey on the other side, all around the camp, and about 2 cubits above, 2 cubits above the surface of the ground." Now, 2 cubits is about 1.5 meter, about 3 feet actually. Yes, about 3 feet. 1 cubit is about 3 feet. So we're looking about 6 feet, almost about, yes, almost about 2 meters here that we're looking at here, something along that line. And then about a day's journey means, if you are familiar with junction 10 or junction 11 of M1, it's the journey, about a day's journey from junction 10 to junction 1. If you're walking it, strolling, not running, not jogging, not increasing your pace, but your normal pace, is almost about a day's journey. From junction 11 or 10, yeah, let's even say junction 11. Junction 11 to junction 1 of M1 by the Brent Cross, the beginning of M1. That's about a day's journey. Normally, by driving at 60 miles per hour, even 70 miles per hour, that would take you about 30 minutes. So that's just roughly about 35 miles. That's a long journey. That's a long one. So that's what the wind from the Lord brought to the people, from what they requested from God. They requested for quails, they requested for meat, and the Lord sent the wind to bring the quails to them. If they had had to go out to look for quails, where would they have ended? In the wilderness. Where would they go to get it? In the wilderness. Now, the scripture particularly qualified this wind that came from the Lord. It's called it an eastern wind. And the position of the east is where the temple of God face. That means it's from the is from the is from the is from the temple, the entry point of the temple of God. Yeah, the temple of God is placed. God sits on the sides of the north of the city of the great King in heaven. However, the position of the temple faces the east of heaven, even though the temple itself is in the northern part of heaven, because the cardinal positions are eternal thing. So God sends the wind from his temple, and the wind gets to the earth, and collected the quails and bring the quails to the people in the wilderness where they were. They didn't have to go and be looking for quails. If they have to be going out and be looking for quails, quails are not even going to wait for them anyway. I don't know of any bird you see in the wilderness or anybody you see on the road or even while you are driving that wait for you to